It's the EST Rink Report. Tom Gazzola, Matt Kassian at Rogers Place. Cass, good to see you at the rink. I know you're a busy man, so this is kind of nice to do it down at the rink. Oilers and Capitals tonight, 8:22 puck drop. Cass, we're on the air at 6:30, so it's going to be a long one. I hope you're ready for it. But when you look at this game, this homestand for the Oilers, 4 in a row, they get the win against Pittsburgh. How do you evaluate the way the team's been playing after that road trip where they go, 2-1-1?
Well, I think Tom, it was a successful road trip where they went 2-1-1, and when we talked before the road trip, that was going to be a successful road trip, and I think it was. Now, were they perfect the entire time? No, they get a couple big wins, a couple losses. Particularly the game against Columbus that weren't pretty. Yeah. But you set yourself up to have at least a marginally successful road trip, and now entering into a homestand where you really want to see some continued separation between yourself, between Vegas, between LA, and try to just make up that ground if you can on the Vancouver Canucks.
Cass, lineup-wise, no Troy Stetcher yet. We heard Chris Knobloch say yesterday he does want to eventually get him in. When that is, sometime on this homestand, maybe it's the next game after this one against the Caps. Derek Ryan is still skating right now, so we can assume he's out tonight. Sam Carrick goes back in. What'd you make of Sam Carrick being the odd man out the other night and then him going back in for Derek Ryan? Also, Cass, we're going to see Connor Brown on the third line with Evander Kane and Adam Henrique. What do you make of all that?
Yeah, I mean, you threw a lot there at me, Tom.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. Well, Derek Ryan's the easy one to take out. And Carrick, you brought him in to be a depth piece. He's a depth player. He's not going to be the player that's playing 20, 22, 23 minutes a night. He's going to be a guy that's in and out of the lineup. Right. He brings a little bit of a different element, a little bit more, not that Derek Ryan doesn't play gritty, but a little bit more of that grit style of play to the bottom six. And you could see a rotation from those guys. Now, for Connor Brown, and we talked about it in our last postgame show, I thought he played a really good game.
Yes.
Still nothing to show from a goal standpoint.
Great back check, Cass.
Great back check, and continues to be good in the penalty kill, which are important parts of the game, and you need your players to be able to do that. I think they're hoping that here's an opportunity in let's call it in a safe way. You're not putting them in the top six. You're not putting them with McDavid. You're not putting them with Draisaitl, but with a player that has some offensive jump to his game in Henrique, and then Evander Kane, who can score as well, to say, okay, maybe we can generate some offense here. Maybe we can get him going, get him an opportunity in a way where we're not having to burn those top 6 minutes on him. So I don't mind the look. As I said, I thought Brown played a solid game last game from just accomplishing what he needed to outside of scoring a goal, and hopefully
there's always that
maybe
caveat.
Tonight's the night. Maybe tonight's the night.
Maybe tonight's the night. We shall see. This Washington team coming off a shutout loss to the Winnipeg Jets, still in the mix, Cass. And you look at the roster, and no Tom Wilson. Backstrom's been out since late October. Nick Dowd is out. We heard his name so many times in rumors, especially a lot of Oiler fans like Nick Dowd. So this is a banged-up team that isn't the Caps team that we're used to for the last decade and a half. But you still have to be leery if you're the Oilers, right? Well,
absolutely. They still have pieces that can put the puck in the net. They still have just like so many teams, if you have an off night, they're going to beat you. Yeah. Still in the mix. Now, I don't think with the injuries that they have, with the way the trade deadline went for them, they're probably not going to be in the playoffs, most likely, barring everyone pulling together and playing extremely well and a miracle. Some other teams playing extremely poorly, but they're a team that's kind of on that fringe, aging, yes, still skilled enough to absolutely crush you if you give them an opportunity. Now, what you saw the other day against Winnipeg was a Washington team that can't play when you're playing at your best.
And Winnipeg needed that. They wanted to bounce back too.
They wanted a bounce back game too. And so, I mean, on the flip side, Washington's going to be hungry for one tonight. They're going to know that they didn't play well enough against Winnipeg. They don't want the same situation to happen again tonight. So you will have, I think, you're going to get the best from the Washington Capitals today. And Edmonton, you have to be prepared. Kick off the homestand the right way. You've had a couple days. You had a nice day off. Yep. You had a good practice yesterday, an optional skate this morning where there weren't a lot of guys on the ice. And you have to be prepped for a Washington team that's going to be hungry.
Cass, like I said, 8:22 start. We're on the air at 6:30. I'm live on location, Hudson's Bourbon Street. Are you joining me today?
Probably not today, no. I will get there at some point.
I know. I'm just teasing. Game Changers with Matt Kassian tonight on the pregame show on EST. This has been your EST Rink Report.